Jesus taught us to pray, "Hallowed be thy name." To hallow means to sanctify, to set apart, to make holy. Now we realize that we cannot make God's name holy. His name is holy. It has always been holy, and it always will be holy. But what it means for us is to acknowledge the holiness of God and the holiness of His name. And to say, in essence, let thy name be celebrated and honored as holy. When the scribes of old sat down to copy the scriptures, whenever they came upon the name of God, they would put down their quill. They would go and bathe, a ceremonial cleansing. They would take up a brand new quill just to write the name of God. They would then put the quill down, go bathe again, and take up another quill to continue the writing. They were, in fact, sanctifying or setting apart the name of God, making it holy, separating it from all that was common. Now today, we hear the Lord's name being used in vain on a daily basis. The scriptures tell us that we're not to do so. In fact, it's the third commandment that says that we are not to take the Lord's name in vain. That word vain means empty or frivolous. And it means to take His name or use His name in an empty, frivolous, or meaningless way. Now, I believe the Lord has a sense of humor. I believe He's given us humor. But I don't believe that His name, His holy name, was ever intended to be used as a punchline in a joke. I don't think the holy name of God should ever be used in humor of the day. It's also not to be used as a byword or a curse word. But there are other ways that we can, and I suppose sometimes do, take the Lord's name in vain. See, when you and I, identify ourselves with God, we identify ourselves as children of God, we take His name. And if we live our lives in a way that is contrary to the standard outlined in His Word, then we are, in essence, taking His name in vain, in an empty or meaningless way. When we come into the presence of God to pray on a daily basis, we are, first of all, acknowledging the holiness of God. Now, our daily bread, forgiveness of sin, deliverance from evil, those are things that we will ask for, and those are things that we can expect in our prayer. But first and foremost, we come into His presence in worship. We acknowledge the holiness of our God and the holiness of His name. We are aligning ourselves under Him. And in so doing, we're making the rest of the prayer, and the rest of our day for that matter, fall into proper perspective. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name.